Today, we'll do a meditation on the wisdom of the Four Noble Truths. And for this, we're going to be I've drawn really from Dharmakirti, from Pramanavartika, using his kind of bits of logic, because sometimes it's really nice to meditate on the logic part. So yeah, so there's a little bit for each part. Got a little quotation of Dharmakirti, and we can just think about that and see how that sits and how that rests with us. Okay, so as always, we can begin by getting a comfortable position. So making sure that the back is straight. And shoulders relaxed. And face relaxed. And gently bring your awareness to the sensations in the body. Sorry. Very sorry. Okay. All right. So just be aware of how the body feels, sensations in the arms, tummy, back. Notice how the body feels at this moment in time. And feel the sensations of contact with the chair or the cushion, the support. And when you're ready, take a long breath in. And exhale. And again, long breath in. And exhale, letting go of any thoughts or tensions, any worries, anything keeping you from being fully present. And so we can begin with the motivation for this practice. And we can take as inspiration the words of Lama Tsongkhapa. And he says, the main thing is to live your life for sentient beings as much as possible with the motivation of bodhicitta. As much as possible, live your life for others' happiness and for others. Not only for their mundane happiness, but for their ultimate happiness, liberation from samsara, the state of omniscient mind, to bring all sentient beings to achieve that and live your life for that as much as possible. Dedicating your life to others means that even your eating, walking, sitting, doing your job, every activity that you do is for others. And so try to generate an altruistic motivation for this meditation, thinking that this too is for others. We're developing ourselves so that we can be of benefit to all sentient beings. And in order to do that, of course, we need help as much as possible. And so for that, we request the help of the Buddhas, the Bodhisattvas, who've promised to help us. And so we can imagine the merit field, the Guru or Shakyamuni Buddha in front of us and make heartfelt requests for their support. And we do that by doing the refuge prayer 3 times. Sangye chodam soki choknam la jancho pado dagni gyapsuchi dagi jinsogi pe sonam ki drola penche sangye druparsho. Sangye chodam soki choknam la jancho pado dagni gyapsuchi dagi jinsogi pe sonam ki Drola penche sangye drupar shon. Sangye chodam soki chognam la chancho pado dagni gyapsuchi. Dagi jinsogi pe sonam ki. Drola penche sangye drupar shon. Then we can do 5 minutes of breathing meditation to stabilize our attention. So taking as the object of meditation, the breath coming in and out of the nostrils or rising and falling of the belly, whichever object of meditation is most comfortable for you. And we do that for 5 minutes. And so with a mind that is more calm and stable and relaxed, we can begin. So when we think of the Four Noble Truths, the first, truth of suffering, we may have an idea what that is, what it means. But Dharmakirti said, it's the 5 appropriated aggregates that are the truth of suffering. Because they're samsaric aggregates appropriated in samsara under the power of karma and delusions. So that's what Dharmakirti says. Our aggregates, contaminated by karma and afflictions, these are the truth of suffering. So try and investigate and see, why would he say that? Why are our aggregates under the power of karma and delusions? Why are these the truth of suffering? Do they seem like the truth of suffering? And if so, how do they relate? How does it fit for you? And then he said, on the cause of suffering, he said, suffering is proven to have a cause because it's occasional. So, like mushrooms or seasonal fruits or the weather, maybe a storm, these things arise occasionally. And so for him, he says that proves that they have causes. There are particular things in the absence of which they won't arise. So try to get a sense of that and check it out. And so in the same way, whatever kind of suffering we see depends on causes, just like these other things. So you can probably think of different kinds of suffering or different types of dissatisfaction, but now try to look at them through the perspective of it depends on causes. Without which it won't arise. And ask yourself, well, what are the implications of that? So then Dharmakirti takes on the third noble truth. And he says, suffering is not fixed because the cause can stop. So he's saying if the cause stops, the result stops. And these are very old texts, but the example given in the text is goosebumps. So we get goosebumps in the cold. But if we put on our hat and our gloves or our jacket and sit by the fire, then we stop the cold, the cause, so that the goosebumps, the result, don't happen. So try to check out the logic here. What he's saying, no cause, no result. What does that mean for you? And so Gyaltsab J, based on this, said, suffering is not some fixed continuum that's unsuitable to stop. He said it's not like that. It has causes, so if the causes are removed, the result's removed. So just to whatever degree you can, try to reflect on that a little bit. To get a sense of the logical possibility of freedom from suffering. maybe even a sense of optimism with that possibility. It's like if we don't plant the seed, we don't get the result. If we don't put the ingredients, we don't get the pizza. It's the same principle. And so when he turns to Dharma Kirti, comes the fourth noble truth, then the Dharma, the path, is what we rely on to remove the cause of suffering. So it's like the medicine, the antidote, the hot blanket to keep us warm so we don't get goosebumps. So for a couple of minutes, try it in your own way with your own logic and examples to chew a little bit the logic of Dharma Kirti and get a sense of the logical possibility of freedom from suffering and the optimism of that possibility, because it's logically possible. And this possibility is available for ourselves and for others. And Buddha taught that in the end, everyone gets enlightened. Everyone can do this work, remove suffering from their continuum. So notice any insights or conclusions or any doubts, any areas that you might want to check out in future. And we can dedicate the positive energy that we've created. Okay. So we can generate the wish that the positive energy we've created becomes the cause for the complete cessation of suffering of all sentient beings everywhere, and for their perfect enlightenment. And we can do the dedication prayers together in English. So, due to the merits of these virtuous actions, may I quickly attain the state of a Guru Buddha and lead all living beings without exceptions into that enlightened state. May the supreme jewel bodhicitta that has not arisen arise and grow, and may that which has arisen not diminish but increase more and more. Long life prayer for Lama Zopa Rinpoche. You who uphold the subduer's moral way, who serve as the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Majinat's victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplish magnificent prayers honoring the three jewels, Savior of myself and others, your disciples, please, please live long. For His Holiness, a wish-granting, wish-fulfilling jewel, source of every single benefit and happiness in this world, to the incomparably kind Tenzin Gyatso I beseech, may all your holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. For Osa, Venerable One, to you whose kindness exceeds that of all the conquerors for those wanderers in far-off places, especially the West, mindful of your loving concern for us and intentionally descending again into a family of a far distant land, we make this request. O Lama, please live long. Geshe Thubten Sherab, beloved teacher leading your students towards wisdom and compassion, explaining through exacting discernment the steps of a graduated path. You are the unequaled guide. Please live a long and stable life. Now you can take a moment to add your own personal dedications as well. All right, so thank you everyone, and have a wonderful day, rest of the day, rest of the week, and see you next time.